Obviously what you're doing right now isn't working. You might as well do something different. Imagine if you could fast forward your life 90 days and see the ideal version of yourself, the more confident version of yourself, the fitter version of yourself, the richer version of yourself, living the life that you always wanted. What would it look like? Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 90-day letter, which I believe is a powerful tool to help you manifest your dream life. I heard about the 90-day letter from a podcast I was listening to a couple of weeks ago. The host had a guest speaker and she spoke about it for like 30 seconds, not really even that long. And that part really resonated to me. So I decided immediately that I was going to write a 90-day letter. And that's exactly what I did. So a 90-day letter is a letter that you write to yourself, and you're writing it in vivid detail as if you are already the person who has achieved and accomplished the things that you see in 90 days. You're journaling and speaking this as if it's already happened. The reason why I resonated so much with it was because I'm a person who doesn't like to think way too much in the future, like 10 years in the future. The reason that is because I'm not 100% sure on literally every single thing that I want in 10 years, and 10 years seems like a far away place. So it's like I don't want to write down all of these mystical ideas that I have no idea if I even want them. But 90 days and a year and like 3 years are a little bit more feasible for me because I know what I want right now. So it's like a form of manifestation and actionable planning, because I have gotten into the trap, if you will, of like the law of attraction at some point, like years ago, where I would just visualize and I would journal in the present tense, but I wasn't really taking that much actionable steps to actually make the goal and the dream happen. Like I remember putting on a vision board that I wanted a YouTube plaque, but I wasn't posting any YouTube videos, and it was months since I had posted a YouTube video. So this actually allows you to visualize what you want, but also because it's 90 days, you have to take those steps every single day because you don't have that much time. Time is ticking. It's 90 days. Get it together. This is how to write your 90-day letter. Step 1 is to set the date. And if you're watching this a little bit later in the year, you can just put January 1st, or you could put February 1st. You get to decide how you want to structure this. And then what you're going to write is you're going to be writing from gratitude. Begin by expressing gratitude for all of the things that you accomplished, for the fact that you did the thing. Show gratitude to yourself for making your dreams happen, for persevering, for following the plan and not the mood. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies, one of the highest vibrations, and it's the way to tap into those high frequencies to manifest. You want to be manifesting from peace, joy, love, and all of those things you can tap into with gratitude. Next, you want to be ultra specific on the goals that you achieved. You want to write down exactly what happened, like what numbers you hit. Like, I'm so grateful that I lost 10 pounds of fat and I am able to run for 10 minutes without like passing out. Next, you want to focus on key areas of your life. Because this is 90 days, be realistic on how many areas that you can focus on in 90 days. You don't want to put every single area of life. You don't want to put finances, career, education, fitness, health, spirituality, friendships, relationships. That's way too many. You can't do all that in 90 days. And that's why I love planning my life in quarters, because it makes you hyper focus on just a couple of areas of life that you can propel and excel at, and then they start running in your subconscious. Like, you don't even have to like consciously work on it too much. Like, when I was on my fitness journey, I had to convince myself in order to go to the gym consistently. But now I go to the gym consistently without even thinking about it, because it's an area of life that I have completely turned to autopilot, that I have completely fixed, in the sense where it would be very hard to regress all the way back to Merlene who never went to the gym, because I focused on it and I made it a reality without trying to do too many things at one time. So this is why it's super important, if you're anything like me, to not focus on every single area of your life at one time, because it's just not going to happen. If you're just getting started, just focus on 2 do the best that you can in those areas and prove to yourself that you are able and capable of creating a plan and following through on the action. And that will give you more confidence and increase your self-esteem and make the next 90 days even easier and easier and easier. Next, you want to write about the feelings. I did mention that you want to use your feelings as your propellant. The feelings and the emotions that you feel are what creates your manifestation. What you're seeking when you're manifesting, when you're visualizing, when you're journaling, when you're scripting, is you want to feel the feeling of the version of you who has that desired reality. That is what will propel you there. Energy and motion. So think about how you feel. Do you feel happy, grateful, unstoppable? Do you feel like you're living in your purpose? Do you feel confident? Do you feel calm? These are the feelings that you want to embody every single time you read this 90-day letter, every time you set your intentions for the morning, every time you visualize, every time you meditate. That's what you're focusing on, is the feelings. Okay, next is how to use your 90-day letter. Now, we've gotten it all written down. Now, how do we use it? How I'm using it is reading it regularly. I am doing the 12-week year, and in the 12-week year, you are every week writing down the tasks and goals that you plan on doing for the upcoming week to get you closer to your goals. So every single week, or whenever I need to pick me up, whenever I'm feeling like in a slump, or I actually don't really know what I need to do this week to get closer to my desired reality, that is when I will be looking at this 90-day letter, reading it, feeling the feelings, and using that to propel me and guide me, because inspired action is what will get you there. Use it as a roadmap every single week when you are planning your week, when you're planning your tasks, when you're planning your to-dos. Use it as the map, the guiding light to figuring out what you need to do to get to where you want to go. And also, the 90-day letter helps you track your progress. 90 days is such a good time frame. Even if you falter a little bit, you don't make it all the way, you're not waiting an entire year to reset and like recalibrate. You have 90 days. It's like, okay, if I didn't do all of the things that I wanted to do in this 90 days, I still can restart after 90 days instead of restarting every year. A year is just way too long. Motivation slows down after a while. And of course, you don't want to use motivation. Motivation is not the propellant that will get you your goals. Your systems and your discipline is. I believe it's a lot easier to build good systems and discipline in shorter time blocks. So that was how to use your 90-day letter. And this is why I believe 90-day letters work. Because you're tapping into the power of visualization and manifestation, which is extremely, extremely powerful if you use it correctly. Everything that you have in your life right now, you have manifested it through your actions, through your thoughts, through your feelings. And if you're not where you want to be right now, it would behoove you to start imagining, start visualizing, start feeling, start thinking differently so that you could see how your life can change. Because obviously what you're doing right now isn't working. You might as well do something different. Whatever you're visualizing and manifesting and thinking becomes who you are. This is scientifically proven. I'm not saying just some woo-woo shit. This has been proven in numerous studies. They have done one where they had people visualize themselves playing the piano. They visualized the finger movements, they visualized sitting down in the chair, they visualized the entire thing. And they put them under an fMRI machine, and the same parts of your brain light up as the people who were actually doing the exercise. So that just goes to show you that you visualizing is you bringing that version of you into reality, and it makes it more real. 95% of our actions and our thoughts happen on a subconscious level. And if you are constantly visualizing and retraining your brain to think new thoughts, you will attract a new reality. That was a very long-winded way of saying that this works and you need to try it. It also gives you motivation if you're in a slump or you're not feeling that great about everything. Reading that 90-day letter, visualizing that version of you will give you that boost to be like, oh, this is who I'm working toward. Me rotting in my bed for 3 days in a row is not gonna get me there. Actually, it's gonna make me worse. It's gonna make me feel worse. Let me take some action. That's why I like the 90-day letter. So now it's your turn. I challenge you to write a 90-day letter and put it into practice. Comment below what your future self will be accomplishing in 90 days. In present tense, like I taught you, it's only 90 days. You can do it in 90 days. Like 90 days is completely plausible. I believe in you. But you have to remember that this letter is a blueprint for your success. It's not a wish list. It's not just about dreaming and visualizing. You have to actually do it. You have to commit to it. So if you like this video, please subscribe, especially if you made it this far. I mean, like, we're at the end. Like, I literally just transformed your life. You're welcome. Let's get to it. There's nothing to it but to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely fall. See you later.